We want the goals. We want the 3 points. Give me the 3 points. Nope. Nope.
Two very weird and unexpected results from India last month. 2-1 loss to Oman at home and a 0-0 draw against Qatar on the road. No one expected these results. I did not expect the 2-1 loss against Oman because India had that game. They had that game to pick up an improbable 3 points because I actually predicted them to draw that match. I did not predict India to go on to the third round. Let me just say that. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to do so. They will need to top the group or come in as one of the best second place teams if Qatar does go on to top the group. So India's chances of going on to the third round are very, very, very slim. They are still slim despite picking up that point against Qatar. Very, very slim. Let me just make that clear one time. But the Indian fans have hope, and I know Igor Stimats and his boys have hope, and they think they can qualify. They think they can qualify, and they're going to try their best to do so. They can. In all reality, they can. But what do I think? I don't think they will, but my boy Yash do think they can. My thoughts on the game against Oman. As I said, I expected a draw. I expected India to pick up a point from this game, but they lost the match. And I think it came down to strictly game management. They did not pace the game well at all. I saw a bit of this game, but I did not watch the entire game. I was even surprised by this result because India threatened early. They hit the woodwork and then they scored soon after. And that goal was scored by the captain and veteran, the highest ever goal scorer, Sunil Chetri, from a well-worked Brandon Fernandez free kick. India did really well to keep Oman scoreless up until the 82nd minute. Jingan and his defenders were resolute, and Gurpreet Singh Sandhu in goal was a brick wall. But after putting out such a big effort in front of their home crowd, keeping the lead would ultimately prove to be a very, very difficult thing. With only 8 minutes of regular time to go, the Omani forward Al-Alawi Al-Mandar struck twice. And the way he scored those goals was evidence that India simply ran out of steam in that game. Al-Alawi Al-Mandar outran the Indians, and that's not a very easy thing to do. Because I mean, these guys are fast. You're talking about Ashik, Sunil Chetri, Udanta Singh, and a few more other players. Like, these guys are fast. These guys got speed. But Al-Alawi simply ran past India's defense without any problems and dispatched the ball past Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. The equalizer came in the 82nd minute, and he followed that up with a brilliant goal in the 90th minute to give Oman the 3 points. Those were two brilliant individual goals. That's what you call an individual goal. In the end, I would say it was a well-deserved win for Oman. They paced the game better, they managed it better, and they stole it in the end. But these are just my thoughts on the game. Here's my friend Yash, who hails all the way from India.
So India lost. Hard luck, Oman grabbed the points on the road. The match was sold out in Guwahati, and India really played out their skins. The first half really made me think, am I watching Oman? And Dominic was really happy as he saw 1-0 and he thought he might be proved wrong, and eventually he was proved right. India did not win the home leg, and that would mean India needs to perform well in the away leg. Let's talk about the first 45 minutes. The first 45 minutes were great. It was like Oman were reduced to some other team. Like, the passing were on the spot, the possession favored the Indians, and it was really a child walking in a candy bar. 1-2 nervy moments in the defense by Rahul Bheke and Adil Khan. Sandesh Jhingan was doing good in the first 45 minutes. If the first 45 minutes were really good, the last 45 minutes were a nightmare. The problem which happened was India was tired, and so was Omanis, but Omanis tried to mess up with the whole people, and they got a boo for me. So this means now Dominic says that India would take up 13 points again in the Group E, and I would say they would take 16 points in the Group E. Why so? I'm legitimately hoping to just get a draw or get a 1-0 defeat against Qatar. Anyways, we got a game against Qatar, or as I would like to say, a mixture of team from CAF, CONCACAF, CONMEBOL and UEFA. Yes, that's a reality, and really controversial hosts. But ultimately, they are the hosts. So, tough task ahead. If we need 16 points, I am hoping to get Qatar getting 20, anywhere between 20 to 24 points. Afghanistan getting no less than 8. And it would really come down to the away match against Oman, which is, I think, 24th, which is in November, I guess. So it would be a really tough task, and it's a tricky group as well. Second place finished for the third round. Like, if he is hell-bent on saying that India would not qualify, I am hell-bent on saying India would qualify for the third round. It's as simple as that. It's a tug of war. So let's see what time tells. I mean, at least we have got the Asian Cup spot easily ready.
I do feel for you guys, Yash. You deserve to be on 4 points in Group E right now. As for the game against Qatar, let me give a round of applause for India, man. They learned from their match against Oman. They paced this one well, they managed this one well, and they defended in numbers. I mean, they defended with 11 players. Sometimes it felt like there were even 16 players on the field. These guys even doubled up in certain positions, like at left back. It's just simply a ridiculous performance by India to keep the Asian champions and the 2022 World Cup host Qatar scoreless. Like, this is not an easy task to pull off, especially when you have Akram Afif and the very dangerous Almoez Ali in the team. That was a mammoth point snatched by India. And when I say mammoth, I mean this draw had Felix Bas Sanchez and Xavi Hernandez biting their nails off. It was one of the most spirited defensive showing you could ever see by any team. I mean, when watching the highlights, guys, it was simply amazing. They got bodies behind the ball. They put in blocks. They put in the clearances. Gurpreet Singh Sandhu pulled off the saves. These guys had their heads switched on, and they knew what they came there to do. They came there to frustrate. They came there to pick points off Qatar. Even though they had won, they could have well picked up 3 points, but they weren't so proficient going forward, but in defense they were awesome. India celebrated like they had won the game, basically like they had just qualified for the 2022 World Cup, and I don't blame them. They deserved the point. They played well, and to pick up a point against Qatar, you see how these guys were at the Asian Cup, you saw how they played at the Copa America. They mean business. They are a team that's gonna compete at the 2022 World Cup. They mean business.
This match was a spectacle for me. Like, oh my brother. The match went like, we want the goals, we want the 3 points, give me the 3 points. Nope. You lost the last match, you would not stand against us. Well, the joke's on you. Now, the match against Qatar went like, if you want to see the key players, it's like the goalkeeper, the Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, went out of the skin. He played absolutely phenomenal. 11 shots. Remember this. 11 shots. He blocked 11 shots on target by Hassan Al-Hados, by Almoez Ali, or his other comrades. And the backline was really, really good. Sandesh Jhingan, Adil Khan stood up on their ground. They were going absolutely phenomenal. Rahul Bheke had a good match. Mandar Rao Desai was on the left flank, and he also did a good job. Qatar took 27 shots against a measly 2 against India. Obviously, if you are playing against a very giant team which are made up of naturalized citizens, what will you do? I mean, you cannot go all attack and then concede goals. Otherwise, the presence of Sunil Chhetri was missed at few points, like when Udanta Singh did the cross, and there was no striker. Manveer Singh was playing. Manveer Singh is a good player, I believe him, but Chhetri is on another level. So in a game which is on another level, you need Chetri. So next match against Bangladesh in Kolkata, and expecting a full crowd of 80,000, which is one of the highest in the world, and picking up 3 important points at home, because 12 points is minimum. This team was without Sunil. The main striker of the team was down with fever and he was not playing, and India drew against all odds. This is historical. And Xavi Hernandez also lost his fingernails because of that. That's another story. But the main thing is Indian football did something which no Asian team could do. Not even Japan, Republic of Korea, United Arab Emirates, they were not able. Iran, however, did defeat Qatar, but it was the New Year's Eve. All in all, the game went very well. I was really expecting a draw, and it happened to be a draw. And as it goes, India got an important point on the road.
Well said, Yash. Well said, well said, well said. You guys really, really deserve that point. I hope you could pull it off once again. So after 2 matches, India are currently 4th in the table on 1 point, and that won't help in qualifying for the 3rd round whatsoever. With Qatar picking up a win against Bangladesh and Oman picking up a win against Afghanistan, these 2 teams are 1st and 2nd in the group on 7 and 6 points respectively. After 3 matches, Afghanistan are 3rd in the group on 3 points. India, after 2 games, 4th in the group on 1 point, and Bangladesh at the bottom of the group without a point. India play host to Bangladesh in their next 2022 World Cup qualifying fixture, a game they should definitely win. And then in November, they travel away to Afghanistan and Oman, 2 games I think India must win. And if India are to win all 3 games, they will go up to 10 points, and they have to win these games handsomely. Like, you have to score a lot of goals and not concede many in order to qualify as one of the best 2nd place teams. It's either 1st in the group or 2nd. Nothing else is gonna do for India. Well, saying that, they do depend on Qatar and Oman dropping points, and these 2 teams aren't looking like they're gonna drop many. So it's definitely an uphill task for India to qualify for the 3rd round of 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Their goal and their main aim should be to qualify for the 2023 Asian Cup. The World Cup, I think, is a bit far-fetched. So if India are to do it, man, if they are to do it, it would be a monumental achievement. It would be huge for the sport in India. I'm not doubting them. They can do it, but they will need to play out their skins. They need more performances like that against Qatar, and they need to be equally good going forward. Basically, they need to learn how to manage games better, proficient in attack and also in defense. So guys, thank you very much for getting to the end of this video. If you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button, because myself and Yash will be talking about the Indian team a lot more going forward. We're covering their 2022 FIFA World Cup journey. Basically, that's what we're doing, documenting the beautiful struggle. And guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you think India got what it takes to make it to the 3rd round of AFC 2022 World Cup qualifiers? From your boy Dominic Rich, I'd like to say thank you for watching. Peace out. Rich Squad.